This news blast is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Equality Project, which will be holding free shop at the Meadville Public Library, 848 North Main Street on May 9th and 10th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Learn more about free shop by visiting the events page of the Pennsylvania Equality Project website, paequality.com. From the Pep Radio Newsroom, this is our evening news blast for March 17th, 2025. We now offer this commentary from John Gallagher as reported in LGBTQ Nation. Rank and file Democrats have been spoiling for a fight ever since Donald Trump was elected. Now they have one. But instead of fighting with Trump, they are fighting with each other. The immediate cause of the internal warfare was the vote on whether to shut down the government. While Republicans are in the majority, Democrats had the potential to grind the process to a halt by filibustering it in exchange for some concessions. After cutely suggesting that he was open to the idea of a filibuster, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, the Democrat from New York, did an abrupt about-face, rounding up 9 other Democrats to join all the Republicans, thus clearing the passage of the bill. Schumer's argument was that if the government was shut down, Trump could do whatever he wanted to do without any interference. A shutdown would shut down all government agencies, and it would be solely up to Trump and Doge, aka Elon Musk, what to happen to do next, what to open again, because they could determine what was essential. He told the New York Times in an interview. Schumer also worried that a shutdown would stop court cases in process. How that differs from what Schumer agreed to is hard to determine. One sign that the strategy was a total failure was that Trump lavished praise on the senator, took guts and courage, Trump gushed. For many Democrats, that was the last straw. In the face of the administration's unrelenting assault on Democratic values, they saw Schumer's move and that of the other 9 Democrats as a willful surrender. Rather than throw down the gauntlet and use the leverage that they had to make demands, Schumer and company decided it was better to hold their fire until later in the year. By that time, the government will be even more damaged. This turns the federal government into a slush fund for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democrat from New York, told CNN, it sacrifices congressional authority and it is deeply partisan. While Ocasio-Cortez is often more willing to criticize the party than other politicians, her colleagues piled on this time, including party leaders. The far-right Republican funding bill will unleash havoc on everyday Americans, giving Donald Trump and Elon Musk even more power to continue dismantling the federal government, said Representative Hakeem Jeffries, a Democrat from New York, in the House as the minority leader. The debate has exposed a rift in the party, which has been struggling since Joe Biden's withdrawal from the race last year. For many Democrats, the leadership is simply too old and out of touch. Biden was the personification of the age issue, but hardly the only one. Schumer is 77. He's up for re-election next year, as are 3 other Senate Democrats over the age of 75. Our party needs more of a fighting spirit, said Representative Chris DeLuzio, the Democrat from PA, who is only 40. This is not a normal administration, and they're willing to do dangerous things. DeLuzio says that the rift isn't strictly along generational lines, but that younger Democrats maybe get this intuitively. Indeed, it seems that the biggest issue that the party establishment faces is that it simply cannot conceive that we are in an era where the usual political practices simply do not apply. Newsflash: they don't apply. To quote Vice President Kamala Harris, I'm speaking now. Given my expertise with Holocaust history, and given how the Trump regime has trampled all over the Constitution, and given the federal courts the middle finger, it seems abundantly clear that we have leapt and continue to jump backwards in time to the 1930s. And if you don't believe me, go listen to our newscasts. Civil rights don't vanish in their entirety overnight. They are chipped away, little by little. By the time people are truly aware of how dangerous the regime has become, it is simply too late. We have one more chance to slow down the losses of civil rights and the destruction of our government and our nation simply by voting en masse in the 2026 elections. But to do that, we must organize now. That's the news at this hour. Follow us on Blue Sky and Facebook. Up next is the National Weather Service forecast for the Meadville area here on PEP Radio.